So let's start with that first goal, which I'm going to call breaking bad. We're going to break bad. All right, counter bad habits contributing to time erosion. All right, so let's think about what are some of the ways that our time management breaks down. I can think of way more than the few that you see in this list, but let's go over these. Clashing objectives. I want to do it this way, you want to do it that way. Or I'm doing the same thing that you're doing, but we have different goals in mind. So I might go this way and you might go that way, but we still have to meet. So we've already diverged and we've lost time. Emergencies, Lord knows, so many things can come up with in a given day. The phone might ring. It might be your boss. It might be a family emergency. So these things definitely change our time management, okay? Too many responsibilities, all right? Maybe you can't do all those things that you really need to do in a very short time. Sometimes you have people helping you, and that help might not be that experienced, so now you've got to train that help, and that's eating into your time. You're not only training them, but you're evaluating them, supervising them, and so on, assuming this isn't your regular job. If it is your regular job, then it's not a problem. It could be insufficient help. You've always had 4 people making 20 widgets an hour for you, and now you only have 3 people. That means that you have to get in there sometimes. And, you're getting bogged down with your other responsibilities. Sometimes you have simultaneous deadlines. Someone says to you, above you says, you need to get this done, and you say, no sweat, and someone else just as important says you need to get this done at the same time. And you're thinking, okay, I've got these 2 things. They both require a certain amount of time. This is going to break into my time management. Okay, going to meetings and straying from the agenda. So just people who stray from agenda items, right? Not only at meetings, but anywhere, okay? Hey, we're out in the field and we think as engineers, as field engineers, we think we're going to investigate the erosion of the soil. But then we actually come in there, when we get there, we come into some contaminants. And now we have to deal with that too. So we strayed from our agenda. Things like that can happen in the office. I'm only dealing with delinquent accounts, okay? If I'm an account receivable manager, I'm only dealing with delinquent ones, but now I have one particular delinquent one that has never paid a bill. And now I got to spend a lot of time with that particular one where I thought this was just a routine letter follow-up to my 7 or 8 accounts that were delinquent. Okay, there could be technical glitches. I hope that our system will not crash between now and the end of this course, but it might. That could be a technical glitch. Happens all the time. Telephone interruptions, traffic jams. You have driven that path the same way for the past 3 years, and it's always taking you 37 minutes, and you're smart. You allow 45 minutes, but today it's taking you 58 minutes, and this of all days, the time you need to have to get there on time for an important meeting with a big client. Sometimes people walk in on you, unexpected visitors. Sometimes you get instructions and somebody swears that they're clear, and they're not clear to you because you might be one step removed from the process. You come to a word should in the process, and you say, is that a demand or is that an option, the word should? Useless paperwork. Paperwork that might be important in some departments, but clearly should not be landing on your desk. So even taking a look at it like this for 2 seconds has taken away from your valuable time, especially if you compound that with so many other times it happens. And then simply waiting for others who are stuck in traffic jams or meetings that strayed from the agenda, which is making them late for you. So all of these things break into your time management, and these are all realities, let's face it. But let's talk about some things that aren't real, that really aren't real. We say things like these sentences and quotes all the time. Time flies. Well, time doesn't have wings. It literally doesn't fly. If this course goes another 58 minutes, you and I both have the same 58 minutes. How I spend that 58 minutes will be a different experience than the way you spend that 58 minutes. You might find this drudgery. You might find this very exciting and soul-searching. Well, based on that, it's your experience that goes into the time that makes you feel that time either flies or drags. Or when you literally say, I have no time, well, that took time to say that, so you literally do have time. Or I can't find the time. Time isn't something you try to find. It's the activities you try to find that get done, okay? I have time to burn. Okay, now literally, you're not burning time. You're probably using time for your pleasure. That's a way to look at it, perhaps. There's never enough time. Time waits for no one. Now, time isn't really what's waiting. Our life is constantly decaying as our cells move on and on through life. So we are actually decaying, but time waiting for no one, time doesn't wait, right? And time is the enemy. No, time is on my side. I like to think of what the Rolling Stones said. Time is on your side. Time is not an enemy. Time, you've got to make time to plan your life, and you got to experience time. More about that in a minute, but I wanted to start with this tough love because I want to get over some of these comments.